Welcome to our sports betting top picks and plays. This is for the college basketball edition. My name is Abby. Thank you for joining me. We're just here to discuss with you a slate of college basketball games this Friday, today, for February the 21st. We're going to start off with game number one. This is courtesy of oddslogic.com. Latest line moves, point spread moves, totals, over-unders, and the injury report. This is oddslogic.com. First game on the board, Bowling Green on the road at Toledo. It's -8 Toledo, total 158. We're now seeing the number go to 7.5, and we're seeing 156. This is what we're seeing. So the spread moved down by half a point. The total went up by about a point or two. So it's at 156. So we're going to look at this right now. You'll get an update here. See where the action's at. If there's any action on the public side, sharps, we'll look at that right now. Not a lot of movement in this game. Not too much movement. Still early. Not a lot of movement in this game at all. But we'll look at the head-to-head. This is the Bowling Green game. So head-to-head, 7-3 last 10. They did play January 24th, so they played last month in Bowling Green. Toledo was a 2.5-point favorite. Toledo covered 84-71, as you can see, and it was under the total 158 at that time. So the last two games in this series have gone under. Bowling Green head-to-head, against other opposition, I should say. 3-7 last 10 games, 4-6 last 10 against the spread, 5-5 to the over. So it's 3-2 last 5 games, Bowling Green, and are 3-2 to the under last 5 games of Bowling Green. Toledo, 7-3 last 10, 4-5-1 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. So Toledo's 1-4 to the under, and they are 3-2 last 5. So let's see here, 3-2. So look into this game further. Look at Toledo, see what's happening with them. They haven't been really covering at home. They've been struggling at home. They haven't covered at home. This sort of point spread, they haven't really covered it. Bowling Green, though, let's see. They covered the last game that they covered on the road was at Miami, Ohio. Yeah, to me, this game, I'm looking at this right now. This is basically a look-ahead spot for Toledo. Toledo's already beaten this team already. They've already beaten Bowling Green, as we mentioned earlier, on the road. They're looking ahead to Kent. Remember, they lost to Kent last month. So this is definitely a look-ahead spot for Toledo. That's why I like Bowling Green here, plus 7.5. I believe they covered them, but they're going to cover this number. I know they last covered, they haven't covered in a long time the spread as an underdog. But I feel this is a situational spot here for Bowling Green to take advantage of. So I do like Bowling Green plus the 7.5. And I do like as well, on top of that, I like under 155.5. The first game, when they played each other, it was 158, and it went under the total. So this one here is telling me it's gone down by about 3 points from the first meeting. It was 158.5 under. This one is 155. Let me make sure this is accurate. The total. Yeah, it's still 155. So I like the under and Bowling Green, plus the 7.5. So I'm definitely going to go with that. That's my play on that. Next game we're going to look at here, St. Pete's at Mount St. Mary. That'll be the next game, St. Pete's at Mount St. Mary. So this one here, you're seeing, as you can see here, it's minus four and a half. Mount St. Mary's at home, total 132. Right now, the totals come down to 131, and we're seeing minus 4. So look at this game here and see. And so it's minus 4, and the public's on the under. So it's down to 131. Okay, let's look at this game a bit more here, the St. Pete's game. This one here, head-to-head, they played about 2 weeks ago in St. Pete's. At that time, St. Pete's was a 4-point favorite. Mount St. Mary's covered the spread, and they won 79-64 in St. Pete's, and it went over the total 128. So it was at 128, and it went over the total. Now it's at 130. St. Pete's 4-6 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 5-5 the over/under. But St. Pete's has won 2 straight games. They have won 2 in a row, and they're 2-3 last 5 games, 4-1 the last 5. Mount St. Mary's 5-5 last 10, 3-7 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Mount St. Mary's has also won 2 straight games. They are 4-1 last 5 games, and are 2-3 to the under last 5 games. That's Mount St. Mary. So Mount St. Mary's beat these guys already. They are 4.5-point favorites. Let me see something. Yeah, Mount St. Mary beat them already. They've already beaten this team. Their next opponent's going to be Ryder. I believe they lost to Ryder, I think it was this year. Yep, they lost to Ryder last month. Maybe a look-ahead spot. Let's look and see. St. Pete's. Yeah, let me see here. Yeah, I'm going to take St. Pete's in this spot. I like St. Pete's in the points. St. Pete's, and it's come down too. It was at 4.5. It's come down to 4, and I can see why it's come down to 4. First of all, Mount St. Mary. This is a sandwich spot for Mount St. Mary's. They do have Ryder, who they lost to last month by 6 points. So this is definitely a look-ahead spot for Mount St. Mary. St. Pete's in a good situation here to cover the points plus 4. I like them here to cover and to keep it close. And so yeah, so I like St. Pete's in this spot here to cover the points plus 4. St. Pete's. I like that. Now as for the total, let's look here for a moment. The total. Let's see. Let me see for myself. Decide which way I'm going to go. As for the total, we are going to take a look here. Let's see. The total in this game, let's look here. The total. Let's see. St. Pete's. Let's see here. St. Pete's. Still looking into this total. I know I'm taking St. Pete's in the points. I like St. Pete's. I'm actually gonna pass on the total. I have no play on the total. I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna I'm gonna pass. No play on the total. I just like St. Pete's in the points plus the plus 4.5, plus 4. I take St. Pete's here. The next game we're gonna look at here. This is gonna be Loyola Dayton on the road -1 at Loyola Chicago. Right now, that's the opening number, and right now we're looking at one. We're looking at 1.5 right now. 1.5, and it's at 141. We're actually seeing 2s on the board too. Let's look here. So it was at 2, now it's down to 1.5. So we're at 1.5 now. Seems like the public is on Loyola Chicago. Everybody's got Loyola Chicago. They got them as a home dog covering. The total's at 141, so it's trending to the over. Let's look at this game some more. Let's see this game here. That's Dayton and Loyola. Let's look at this one. Let's look at this further here. Dayton and Loyola, Chicago. All right, so we see here Dayton, head-to-head. They did play last month in Dayton. Dayton was a 10-point favorite, and Loyola Chicago covered, and Dayton won 83-81 in overtime. It went over the total 142. Dayton now 7-3 last 10 games, 4-6 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. So Dayton's won 2 straight games. They've won 4 of their last 5 games, as now they're 4-1, and 3-2 to the over. Loyola Chicago 7-3 last 10, 7-3 against the spread, 5-5 over under. Loyola Chicago's won 3 straight games, 4-1 last 5 games, 3-2 to the over. So the only way I'm playing this game is going to be over the total, over 140.5, 141. I like the over in this game. That's the way I'm going to be playing this one. As for the side, the side's too tricky for me. No play on the side whatsoever. Just I like the over in this game. The next game we're going to look at here is going to be Marquette at Villanova. So that's Marquette Villanova. This one here we're looking at opened up at -1 Marquette, total 142.5. Right now we're looking at 1.5's coming up on the board basically 1.5. The total hasn't really moved, still at 142.5, surprisingly, still sitting there. Yeah, has not really moved. But the public is all over Marquette. They got Marquette all over Marquette to take this game. But the total is still hasn't moved. We'll look into this game further. Let's see. Head-to-head, they played last month in Marquette. Marquette was a 9.5-point favorite. They won 87-74. They covered, and it was over the total 142. So this is the second meeting between these two teams. Marquette 6-4 last 10 games. They've won 2 straight games. They are 2-3 last 5 games. 2-3 to the under. Excuse me. Villanova's 4-6 last 10, 4-6 against the spread, 4-6 to the under. Villanova's last 2 straight games. They're 3-2 last 5 games, 2-3 to the under. So both teams are playing to the under. Yeah, both teams are playing to the under right now. Yeah, both teams are playing to the under. Let's see. Yeah, I agree here. I like the under in this game. I think I like the under. I know the first game went over, but I think the second game is going to be under. I like the under here. Just the style of play that these two teams are playing right now. Because a lot has changed in the last month between these two teams. So I feel that this is going to be this type of game is going to be an under game. I know they played to the over in the past, but I'm going to go with the under the 142.5. Plus another thing too is the line's not really the total's not really moving. It's very stagnant. And when I see the total at 142 to begin with, or 142.5 to begin with, and then the total's not really moving, it's just sitting there. There's not really any sort of movement. I gotta take the under. That's what I feel. From past experiences, I just take the under anytime I see that. So the next game here I'm going to look at is going to be let's see. We're only going to pick a handful of games. Not going to go through all the games, just a handful of games we're going to do. Michigan State, Michigan. This is the one we're going to do here. Michigan State, Michigan. That's the one we're going to be looking at. This one here opened up -3.5 Michigan at home, and the total is 152.5. Now we're seeing it's come down to we're seeing 2.5, 3. So we're seeing mainly threes across the board. And we even see a 150. And I saw a 149. So look here and see. We'll take a look. Mainly threes coming up on the board though. Let's see. Let's take a look at this. Michigan State getting all the public money now. Or actually, Michigan's getting the public money. It's at 3 right now. Yeah, Michigan's getting the public money here. As for the total, looks like the public's on the over in this game. Okay, but they're gonna take a look at this one. Look at the head-to-head here. Let's see. That's Michigan State there. Okay. Take a look at that. All right, so look at the head-to-head between these two teams. Actually, first meeting of the season. They haven't played this season as of yet. Michigan State 7-3 last 10 games, 5-4-1 against the spread, 3-7 to the under. They're 3-2 last 5 games, Michigan State, and are 1-4 to the under. Michigan, meanwhile, 8-2 last 10 games, 2-8 against the spread, 6-4 to the over. Michigan has won 6 straight games. They've won 6 straight. They've won 6 straight games, and they're 2-3 to the under on Michigan. 2-3 to the under Michigan, and Michigan State 1-4 to the under. Last 2 games of the series have gone under. That's it. Okay, that's interesting. Interesting there. Let me take a look here. Let me look at this Michigan one again. Let's see. Take one more look at this Michigan line. I know you looked at it earlier. Let's get back to that again. Take one more look at it. Okay, so this game here, I'm gonna take the over in this game. I know it's going under, but I'm gonna go with the public here. I agree with the public that this is gonna go over. I know both teams are playing to the under. What we saw here, the last 5 games or so have gone to the under. For Michigan's and Michigan State, they've been playing to the under. And the last 2 meetings have gone under. I know that, but I'm gonna go the other way. Let me see. Yeah, and the public's basically going. Let me see. Yeah, the public's with the. Let me see here. Sorry, the public's with the over. So I'm sorry, I said the under. I'm gonna take the over in this game. I'm going with the over. Excuse me. I'm taking the over. I think that's what I said earlier. I'm going with the over. The lines the lines go in the direction of the under, but the public's on the over, and I agree. I think and I believe that this is going to go over the total, in my opinion. I know everything's trending to the under, but it's just a gut feel I'm taking on this one. I'm going to take the over. Now, if you don't want to take the over full game, you can I would look at a first half as well in this game. A first half total. Maybe that's another thing you can look at. Yeah, that's another thing you can look at here. An over. Maybe first half over. Yeah, I would look at a first half over. First half over, it's showing here right now, the first half over is 71.5. I would take the first half over 71.5 instead of the full game. So I'm gonna go in that direction instead. Instead of doing the full game, first half over, Michigan State 71.5. I'm gonna take that route. 71.5. I don't have a play on the side whatsoever. This one's too tough to call for the side. I'm gonna take the over first half, 71.5 for me. We're gonna go to the next game. The next game we're gonna look at. This will probably be the last game as well. This is gonna be a handful of games. This will be the final game we're gonna do. Let's see. We'll do Harvard. We're gonna do an Ivy League game. Game. Harvard and Princeton. We'll do this one here. This one opened up 9 minus 9, total 139. We're seeing this go all the way down to still at 139. It hasn't really moved. We see it coming down to, I believe it's 7.5. We're seeing some 8s. So there's not really much movement on this game. Let's see. Let's take a look at it. This is an Ivy League game. So all the public money is on Harvard. Harvard's getting all the public money. Yeah, they're getting all the public money here. And the total is nothing yet. Still at 130, and it hasn't really moved. So we're going to take a look at this one here. Harvard and Princeton. This will be the last game we're going to be critiquing. Let's see. They played last month at Harvard. Harvard was a 4.5-point underdog. Princeton was favored. Harvard covered. Princeton won at 68-64. It was under the total, 143.5. Last 2 meetings have gone under. Harvard right now, 5-5 last 10 overall, 5-4 against the spread, 4-5 to the under. Harvard are 3-2 last 5 games. They're 2-3 to the under. Princeton, 6-4 last 10, 1-8 against the spread, 2-7 to the under. Princeton's lost 2 straight games, and they are 2-3 to the 2-3 last 5 games, 0-5 to the under. They've gone under in 5 straight games. Both teams playing to the under. Yeah, in this case I definitely have to take the under here. Under the 139.5. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be taking that. I liked under the total in this game for sure. Princeton's won the last 7, or I think they've won the last 7 meetings. They've won this game. They won the last 7 meetings. As for Harvard, yeah, I have no play on the side. That's the best play for me is going to be the total. The total for me is going to be under 139.5. I don't have anything else for this game. That's all I have. Going to take the under in this game. Princeton and Harvard. For the college basketball edition, my name's Abby. Thank you for joining me. Hit the like and subscribe button on your way out so we can provide more of these picks and plays right throughout March Madness. We're going to be breaking down the games till the Final Four, till the end of the season, basically. So whether you fit or follow these picks, it's up to you. I just choose the games how I see fit and what I like. But I hope you still cash your tickets. Hope you choose some winners. Good luck to you. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble. Peace, and we'll see you tomorrow.